Everything was crumbling around him as the last Blockbuster in America prepared to close its doors forever. This was more than a mere store. It was a symbol of a time when families gathered, filled their arms with popcorn, and spent weekends in search of the perfect film. But now that reality was crumbling. What went wrong? How did the giant fall from grace? Years before, Blockbuster ruled the rental market like a king on his throne. In the late 90s, you couldn't walk past the neon blue and yellow storefront without feeling a sense of nostalgia wash over you. Families piled into their cars, excited to pick up the latest Blockbuster release for movie night. But things changed in a blink of an eye. The world was shifting. Technology was evolving. But Blockbuster, with its vast stores and physical DVDs, remained stuck in its ways. It didn't see the storm brewing on the horizon. It was comfortable, complacent even. Meanwhile, in a small office in Los Gatos, California, two men, Reed Hastings and Mark Randolph, were brewing something that would change everything. Imagine the moment when they first started brainstorming their idea. Reed, frustrated over a late fee for a rented video, thought there had to be a better way. What if people could rent movies online? What if instead of driving to a store, they could have the movies delivered right to their door? It was a wild thought, an idea that danced on the edges of possibility. But it wasn't just a dream, it was the beginning of Netflix. With every passing month, Netflix began gaining traction. It was a new way of experiencing entertainment. Convenient, easy, and devoid of late fees. By 2001, Netflix had over 300,000 subscribers. Meanwhile, Blockbuster was still focused on its brick-and-mortar business model, failing to recognize the threat that was quickly approaching. The signs were all there, but the giant refused to wake up. Then came the pivotal moment. In 2004, Blockbuster had a chance to acquire Netflix. The offer was there, but executives dismissed it, thinking they could never lose their reign. They thought the traditional store model would always prevail. This decision marked a turning point. As Netflix continued to innovate, Blockbuster's refusal to adapt began its slow descent into obscurity. Fast forward to 2007. Netflix unveiled its streaming service, allowing subscribers to watch movies instantly. Think about the excitement. The possibilities opened up like a treasure chest. No long drives, no late fees, just click and watch. It was revolutionary, and it changed the way people consume media forever. By this point, Blockbuster was scrambling, offering its own online service and streaming, but it was too late. They were already outmatched. The decline of Blockbuster wasn't just about missing the boat. It was about the stubbornness rooted in their identity. They didn't want to believe that their model could be outdated. With every new Netflix feature that rolled out, they were faced with an insurmountable challenge. Every time a consumer chose to stream rather than rent, it was a direct hit to their pride. In 2010, Blockbuster filed for bankruptcy. Picture that moment. Executives who had once ruled an empire were now watching their dreams collapse like a house of cards. The stores that had once been bustling with families were now ghost towns, and the shelves that were once filled with hope and excitement were bare. The sad irony? They had the chance to change the narrative, but they were paralyzed by comfort. But what made people choose Netflix over Blockbuster? It wasn't just the convenience of streaming. It was the understanding that innovation was the name of the game, and Netflix was redefining it. They kept evolving, introducing personalized recommendations, creating original content that captivated audiences. People weren't just watching movies. They were part of a community that fueled creativity. Now picture a family gathering in their living room. Instead of flipping through the shelves at Blockbuster, they're scrolling through their Netflix queue. They laugh as they share recommendations, excited to find hidden gems that fit their tastes. This wasn't just a service, it was an experience. It was about connection, about the joy of discovering new stories together. Blockbuster's failure was rooted in more than just bad decisions. It was a reluctance to change in a world that was moving forward. Their story serves as a painful reminder that innovation is essential, especially in an age where technology evolves at lightning speed. As Netflix continued to grow, they didn't just beat Blockbuster, they became part of the cultural fabric. The late-night binge-watching sessions, the shared laughter over a new comedy series. All of these moments became a part of people's lives. Blockbuster became a relic of a past era, a bittersweet memory, while Netflix became a household name. The final nail in Blockbuster's coffin came when they closed their last remaining store. It was a quiet farewell, with customers reminiscing about the good times while acknowledging that the world had moved on. Blockbuster was no longer a giant, but a ghost of what once was. Reflecting on this journey highlights a crucial truth. The world is always changing, and the ability to adapt is key to survival. As people click on their screens, they are not just choosing a movie, they are supporting a brand that understands their needs. So why did Netflix beat Blockbuster? It wasn't merely about better service or convenience. It was about vision, innovation, and the willingness to embrace change. Blockbuster had a chance to own that narrative, but they let complacency dictate their fate. As we look back at this story, it is clear that every click, every choice made by consumers was a step towards a brighter, more innovative future. The demise of Blockbuster isn't just a cautionary tale. It's a powerful reminder that we must always look forward, never letting comfort blind us to the opportunities that await. The world is in constant motion, and in the race of evolution, it's those who dare to innovate that will endure. The next time you click on Netflix, think about the journey that brought us here. It's not just about the movies. It's about a transformation that changed the landscape of entertainment. It's a reminder that in a world where everything is just a click away, the ability to adapt, evolve, and embrace innovation will always prevail over complacency. Blockbuster may be gone, but their story serves a purpose, a vivid illustration of what happens when giants refuse to change. And as we gather for movie nights in the comfort of our homes, we celebrate not just the stories on screen, but the visionaries who dared to believe in a different way. As we reflect on this saga, it's impossible to ignore the human element woven into every decision. Picture the employees at Blockbuster. Their dedication and passion were palpable. They loved their jobs, helping families find just the right film for a cozy night in. But as the winds of change blew, many faced uncertainty. The same people who once felt secure in their roles suddenly found themselves watching a beloved institution crumble, their hopes tied to an outdated model that refused to adapt. Meanwhile, Netflix blossomed, attracting not just viewers, but creative talent eager to explore new narratives. The industry began to transform as filmmakers found opportunities to share their stories without the traditional constraints. Original series like House of Cards and Stranger Things emerged, captivating audiences and sparking conversations. It wasn't just about consuming content. It became about belonging to a community that celebrated diverse voices and innovative storytelling. Think about your own viewing habits now. How often do you find yourself scrolling through options, eager to dive into something new? With each click, you're not just making a choice. You're participating in a revolution that champions creativity and fresh ideas. The journey from Blockbuster to Netflix is not solely a tale of competition. It's an inspiring narrative about resilience, reinvention, and the undeniable power of embracing change.